really miss my friends from home. Lucas used to bring me cookies with his milk deliveries.
What would you have to do then? Nothing?
What's the meaning
My
of this
lord,
interruption?
please.
Jarl
This is no
Balgrup
time
is
for
not
rash
receiving
action.
visitors.
I just think we need more information before we act. Who's this then?
As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
I was told to give the message directly to the Jarl.
Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. I'm
all right,
starting to think...
I want to hear what he has to say. What's this about Riverwood being in danger? Alvor? The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong?
I was there. I saw the dragon burn Helgen to the ground.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while a dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
All right, where am I going and what am I fetching?
Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Anything you can tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
How do you know this stone tablet is in Bleak Falls Barrow?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. You know,
This
if
is
you've
a
got the
priority
aptitude,
now.
you should join
Anything
the
we
Mages
can use
College
to fight
in
this
Winterhold.
dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
This is so exciting! We're off to explore a genuine Nordic ruin. There'll be so much to study, so much to record. What fun! So long as the place isn't full of zombies, of course. But then, what are the chances of that? Bye for now.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that. Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop.
Did something happen?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I could help you get the claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
So this is your plan, Lucan?
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
I suppose it's too much to ask that these bandits will just hand the Golden Claw over if we ask them nicely.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings. This way. Those thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else. I wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw. I mean, we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it. He's a tricky one.
What is it, Red God?
This is the bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. He'll throw a fit if I take too long. Such a child. Mara bless you for agreeing to help us.
How much farther do I have to walk?
Well, it's a winding road up the mountain just ahead. You'll know you're in the right place once you spot the old watchtower. Once you get to the tower, head north. Bleak Falls Barrow should be just around the corner further up. Good luck. Lucan and I will be waiting for you back in the shop.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. Now ain't this a surprise?
Well, you're certainly a big old chap, aren't you? I don't suppose you'd like to sit down and work this out over a cup of tea.
Not very impressive.
Here we are, Bleak Falls Barrow, home of the ancient lords, but more importantly, bandits who seem terribly eager to murder us. What fun!
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now. Hold on. Did you hear something? Oh,
Ow!
say your prayers.
Can't help us.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Sounds a hero.
Help us. Done and done.
Now ain't this a surprise? A little overhead? Was terrifying. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in your way? Thank you so much for asking so politely.
Do you need something? Let's get going.
You won't leave
Well,
Skyrim
you asked for it.
alive!
How's your
So,
sense of
what's it say?
navigation? Because I'm not entirely sure I can remember the way out.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Hotbeard? Bjorn! Soling!
Nice job. Anything good? Oh, it's on.
Don't leave me for Arcade's sake. You, over here. You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up.
Where's the Golden Claw?
Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
Fine. Let me see if I can cut you down.
Sweet breath of Arcade, thank you. It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Stay focused. We'll take them on together.
What can I do for you? Was all that adventuring in Skyrim worth it, Grandpa Lucian? Why, yes, my lad, it was. Didn't get brutally murdered once. Let's get
Weapons up.
moving.
I sense something.
Wasn't sure which way that was going to go.
Oh, it's on.
short.
I hope we're close. We've been out of the
Weapons up. I sense something.
Hold on. Did you hear something?
Or do very few people live in Skyrim? Is there pledge against the dragons not yet returned?
Did you hear something?
Ashes to ashes. Who's there? Not very impressive. All right, let's do this.
part of me feels maybe we shouldn't be here.
Hold on. Did you hear something? I knew it. My hunch was right. Hold on. Did you hear something? Weapons up. I sense something.
Wasn't sure which way that was going to go.
Well, you asked.
Not very impressive.
Weapons up. I sense something.
Phew, that was quite the battle. Slightly terrifying. Glad we didn't die. And look, you have a fancy rock. awfully mind if I take a look? The Dragonstone, I mean. Oh, thank you. Yes, this is fascinating. Fascinating! It looks like a map of some description, and here, on the reverse, some kind of text. I'm uncertain of the language, but it looks old. Very old. Perhaps Farengar can tell us more. Let's get moving.
Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned province.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Now isn't really a good time. I could really bury myself in a good book right about now.
Oh? What is it?
Do you have a moment to talk?
That armor looks like
Oh? What is it?
So does your pitch, boy. Didn't I tell you last time to be more specific?
Do you have any fond memories as a child?
If you want someone's business,
I do, actually. You may think it's kind of weird, but I enjoyed playing with the rats by our castle Undercroft. That became my own little hideout for a while, where I'd go to when I just wanted some peace and quiet. It was also near the sea. Even when I became a vampire, I still did enjoy the breeze and fresh air. Anything natural and calm, really. Just to get me away from all that was happening at my home with my father. Usually when he was in a bad mood. Yes?
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
So do you know how to cook?
I do. My mother taught me back on the island. That kind of thing came along with my alchemy training. I may not be the gourmet, but I can sure whip up a great stew. If you want, I could make some for you sometime.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Do you need something?
I'd like to be able to keep track of you more often.
That sounds weird. What are you getting at?
I know it does, but hear me out. I'd like some way to be able to see where you are in case each of us gets lost.
Well, that sounds better. I mean, it is a valid concern, really. Fortunately for you, I happen to know an incantation for this. Here, give me your journal. Every time you open it up to look at some quests, you should also now see Serana tracking marker. Move your finger over that, and there you have it. Your very own marker which shows wherever I am at any given point in time. I do trust, though, you will only use this for adventuring purposes and nothing else. I prefer to have some privacy whenever I can, okay?
I'm a sorceress, and a damn good one, too.
Hey, Serana, I'd like to be able to teleport you to me.
What are you getting at? Hey, I wouldn't be falling behind if you didn't start running off for somewhere without telling me. But, hey, anything that'll help us stay together is a plus in my book. I mean, we should try to stay close, but at times that simply isn't possible, either because of me or you. So, here it is. Here's a spell I learned, which allows the user to teleport an ally right to their side. Which is me, in this case.
Thank you.
Now, don't go overusing this, okay? I personally get a little nauseous whenever I teleport. Do you need something?
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
How often do you need to feed?
Not that often, really. Being a daughter of Cold Harbor, I can go without blood longer than other vampires. That, and I can also rest to regain my energy. It doesn't fully satiate the appetite, but it staves off hunger for a while. So, don't worry. I won't go feral on you or anything just because I haven't had a daily meal. I also read stories. There was supposedly a vampire in Akavir which never fed in her entire life? Or whatever you call it. Supposedly, she even protected mortals from her own kind.
Don't you think we could relate to them?
Yeah, actually. So, what do you want to talk about?
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
So how does it feel like to be a vampire?
It does feel kind of normal, but that's from me, speaking as a vampire. Even as I'm undead, or however you put it, I still do feel like a normal person, mostly. I still breathe, feel, and sleep. Except now I just have a great desire for blood, and the sun kind of irritates my skin. These symptoms are rather mild, though. Not like other vampires who almost burn in the sunlight. So, I'm really just like you mortals in many ways. Hopefully, that makes me more relatable. The Tale of the Great Moth Priest Hunt. Not something I'd want to read.
What's on your mind?
To finally rest up in comfort. What a treat. I'm tired. Warm hearth and cozy beds are so welcome after all this time on the road. Let's just stay here for a bit. Revel in being away from the blinding sun and blistering cold for once.
What's the plan?
Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh? What is it?
Any thoughts?
About...
Skyrim and Tamriel. You've been asleep for a while.
Yeah, actually. I definitely didn't expect there to be a war of succession while I was gone. Also, I never expected a Cyrodiilic empire to conquer Tamriel, that Tiber Septum. Even the Remnants didn't achieve godhood. But, what do you think of all this?
It makes me honor Talos even more. He is a god I will worship until I die.
Oh, I see. Well, if it's worth anything, I do agree with you. Somewhat, at least. Worshipping Talos isn't my thing. let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
Did you ever want to ask me anything?
Yeah, actually. This might seem a bit heavy, but hear me out. What's your outlook on life? What gets you up every morning?
The desire for me to explore new lands and see new things.
Me too. Just getting pent up on that island. Ugh. It feels so good to be outside and adventuring for once. Yes?
Do you have a moment to talk?
Do you need something?
I've always wondered, why do you speak so casually?
What do you mean?
You're a royal vampire. You don't sound nearly as regal as your father.
Well, I guess it's because I never felt that kind of thing was for me. I was always expected to act a certain way, and was never really asked if that was what I truly wanted. I always knew I was meant for more, not like one of those girls who felt pretty and stood inside their castles all day. And then things started getting icy between my parents. That basically hit the nail on the head for me, at least for how I wanted to live. I saw neither of them as role models after that.
So, what's on your mind?
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
Do you know any other spells besides the usual ones you've shown so far?
By the Divines. I just realized. I've been casting the usual Drain Life and Ice Spike spells so much. You must think my exceptionalism in Magicka is, well, laughable. Well, I'll prove that I did learn more than 3 spells in the last 1,000 years. The essentials like Candlelight, Oak Flesh, some conjuration spells like Flame Atronach, and even some healing spells. If I haven't been casting them now, I'll cast them more.
Very well. So, where are we off to now?
What do you think of this place?
It's nice. I wouldn't have any qualms about living here. Sometimes, it's just nice to get away from the bustling cities, like Riften. Don't even get me started on that one.
I'm glad you're here.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Do you need something? All right.
How can I help you? On we go.
Why don't you ask the bard to play something?
Show those thieves not to steal from Luke and Valerius.
I have the golden claw.
You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
I'm glad you're making progress. My employers are anxious to have some tangible answers.
Oh, have no fear. The Jarl himself has finally taken an interest, so I'm now able to devote most of my time to this research.
Time is running, Dawnguard, don't forget. This isn't some theoretical question. Dragons have come back.
Yes, don't worry. Although the chance to see a living dragon up close would be tremendously valuable. Now, let me show you something else I found. Very intriguing. I think your employers may be interested as well. Ah, yes, the Jarl's protege. Back from Bleak Falls Barrow. You didn't die, it seems. Ah, the Dragon Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
I got you the Dragonstone. What next?
That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun.
Are there any holidays in Skyrim? I've never seen any celebrations.
Walk with the All-Maker.